Okay, so before we get to formally declaring what we know about power series and defining it, a few things we can say about power series. We can use power series to represent familiar functions like sine x, cosine x, e to the x, etc. And we can use power series to define new functions. Right? We can define new functions. For example, consider this function here. G of x is equal to the sum as k goes from 0 to infinity of minus 1 to the k times k, all divided by 4 to the k times x to the 2k. Right, so consider this function here, this infinite polynomial. And by the way, what do the first few terms look like? Well, if you plug in 0, the whole thing just zeroes out. So that's gone. If you plug in 1, that'll be minus 1 times 1 over 4 to the first. So that'll actually be minus 1/4 x to the 2 times 1, x squared. And then we go to k equals 2. It's going to be minus 1 squared, so that's just going to make it plus. That's going to be 2 over 4 squared. 2 over 16 would be 1 over 8 x to the 4th. And then we continue on. We plug in 3 for k. That's going to be a minus sign again. That's going to be 3 over 4 to the 3rd, which would be 64. It's going to be 3 over 64. And then x to the 6th power, and so on. So, some questions that we ask about this thing. A reasonable question. Some reasonable questions. Is this thing even a function? Is it a function? Right. Is this thing even a function? And that answer is yeah, because at the very least, at x equals 0, this thing does produce an answer of 0. So I don't know about anything else, but the answer to that question is yeah, it actually is a function. So another reasonable question to ask is, for which x is it defined? Right? What values of x can we plug in, and expect this thing to produce an actual answer? So another way of phrasing this is to say, when does it converge? Right? For what values of x does it converge? Okay. We might ask about this function. Is this function continuous? We know polynomials are, but what about an infinite polynomial? Right? Is it differentiable? Can we take the derivative of this thing? Right? If we can, we might ask, what is its derivative? What's its integral? Can we integrate it? Those are all reasonable questions to ask about these power series things. And those are some questions that we are going to start to talk about in some upcoming videos.